Okay, since we are talking about these vectors with components and resultants, basically every time we do that, we're forming a right triangle, which means we do need to understand the concepts of sine, cosine, tangent. Hopefully you've dealt with them before. Sine, of course, being opposite over hypotenuse, cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent being opposite over adjacent. And we can definitely go over more of that in class. If you got questions, review on that. Hopefully we know quite a bit about that. So going back to, in physics, if we travel, overhead view, if I go 16 meters this way, 6 meters that way, once again, these are the components, the X and Y components, and we want to figure out what is this resultant displacement as well as what angle, okay? To find the angle, we could do that right away. Since we know opposite and adjacent, we could say tangent theta equals 6 meters over 16 meters. We would divide there, and then to solve this, you need to use that inverse tan function on your calculators, and I can kind of show you how to do that. You do need scientific calculators for this. And so if we were to do that, we'd probably get something around 20.6 degrees. Using that invert, divide that, and then do the inverse tan of that number. To find our missing length here, our hypotenuse, we'd want to probably use something like the Pythagorean theorem, the a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If we know the angle, we could actually go back and use any of these top ones to find that as well. Either sine or cosine once we know the angle. Easier probably just to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Of course, c squared is our hypotenuse. If we plug in 6 and 16, I think we should get about 17.1 meters there. Can you go in reverse, of course? If we know the angle and one of the sides, then we can use our trig functions here. In this case, if we want to find the opposite, opposite of our angle would be right there. We could say sine 30 degrees equals our, if we want to call this x and y, we could do that x side, y side, left to right, up, down. X over 10 kilometers. Sine 30 is 0.5 equals x over 10 kilometers. Multiply, and then that side is 5 kilometers. Ooh, that's y. Cancel that. Y would be 5 kilometers. And then we'll either do Pythagorean theorem again to find x, or we could use cosine, we could use tangent. Now that we know opposite, we could do a couple different things there. But just quick refresher on sine, cosine, tangent.